Sabbath peace. It's another opportunity for us to hear and learn of the word of truth that's given to us by the Most High God. All honor goes to the Father through the Son, whose name is Yahushua. In him lies the only hope for salvation. We know that it is obtained by grace through faith, not of works, lest anyone should boast, and given freely as a gift to all who obey him. We understand that if you do not obey him, it is made manifest or made obvious that you do not believe. In this state, you should expect no good thing from the Most High. However, anything that you do get, whether it be a gift of tongues, a gift of prophecy, or any supernatural experience that you may have, it can and it will be used against you in the day of judgment. With that said, peace to the saints that are in the room, to the saints that couldn't make it, but no peace to the wicked. The only thing we say to them is repent, that they might live. Let's go ahead and open up to, what are you going to do? Isaiah. Let's do Isaiah chapter 8. It's Isaiah chapter 8, verse 16. You know what I'm saying? It's another week in the books. We got one more week until the Feast of Weeks. We'll be at our 7th week. It's Isaiah chapter 8, verse 16.
Bind up the testimony.
The book says, bind up the testimony. That's talking about the book.
Seal the law among my disciples.
He said, then seal the law among my disciples. Right?
And I will wait upon the Lord that hides his face from the house of Jacob, and I will look for him.
Right? He said, then I'm going to wait on him. He hiding his face from y'all. He said, but I'll wait. Who talking?
Yahushua.
That's Yahushua talking. Yahushua said, he like, listen. He said, my disciple. That's how we know who it is. He said, seal it up. He said, seal up the testimony and the law amongst my disciples. He said, and after that, I'm going to wait on the Most High God who's sitting there, you know what I'm saying? He hiding his face from y'all. Y'all don't even know who he is. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'm going to wait on him. He hiding his face. When he decides to show his face, he going to show it to me. Watch this.
Behold, I and the children whom the Lord has given me are for signs and for wonders in Israel.
He said, when he show his face, I'm going to be the one. And the children that he gave me, talking about Yahushua. So Yahushua and the children that he gave him, oh, they're going to be for signs and wonders. Right? We ain't through the gospel yet, but watch when we get to the end of it. When we get to the end of it, at the very end, you remember what they say, right?
You go out and teach everybody all that I commanded you.
Then he said, these signs will follow all those who believe. Mm-hmm. And guess what? Everyone in the hearing of that, they went out and they get baptized, and people have signs and wonders that occur after they got baptized. Then you got other people that got baptized and nothing happened. Right? They just baptized and they ain't got no signs and wonders. Matter of fact, when we get over to Acts, you're gonna find out where Acts, who was it baptized? Y'all be quiet down there. Who was that baptized? Was it Philip? It might have been Philip that baptized, and then they had to call Peter to come down to give everybody the Spirit. You know what I'm saying? Because no Spirit was coming out when they did it. But Peter, who was in the hearing of Yahushua, when he said, listen, these signs will follow y'all, he could do it. Because they were given, it's according to this prophecy. Right? Yahushua had to be a sign and a wonder for the rest of the people to start believing. Before that, the Most High God was hiding his face. And now, he hid his face from us again. Right? Hey! Y'all go play in the garage and be quiet.
TJ! Yeah. Get up here.
Let's go. Keep going.
And when they shall say to you, seek unto them that with familiar spirits, and unto wizards that peep and that mutter, should not a people seek unto their God?
They looking like, why am I gonna go talk to, what was that guy? Y'all remember that guy that used to be on TV? And he connect people, you know what I'm saying, with the dead or whatever. It's like a TV show. He'd connect them with their dead parents and all that stuff.
I forgot what it was called.
I forgot what that show was called. But yeah, he's like, why would I go and try to seek information from a dead person? Like, it just don't make sense. Like, what I'm gonna do? I'm alive. Why would I go to a dead person to try to get some advice? That's what y'all. That was the book trying to, like, he's trying to make sense of it. He's like, read it again. Watch this.
And when they shall say unto you, seek unto them that have familiar spirits, and unto wizards that peep and that mutter, should not a people seek unto their God, for the living to the dead?
For the living to the dead? Like, what sense does that make? I mean, shouldn't you go to God? Yeah. A living God? Instead, a living person gonna go to a dead person? That's why you gonna try to get your information? He just saying, Most High God is trying to lay it out like, that don't really make sense. It just don't make a whole lot of sense. Keep going.
To the law and to the testimony.
He said, to the law and to the If you want good information, you want to understand how to do this thing correctly, where you going to go? To the law and to the testimony. If they don't line up, let's hear it.
Speak not according to this word, it is because there is no light in them.
So if there's ever any confusion about whether a person has light in them, in other words, whether a person is able to lead you to the Most High God, we're not talking about somebody able to teach you math, teach you how to open up a business, teach you how to tie your darn shoe, right? Like all that's different. That's a whole other subject. I don't care. If we talking about everlasting life, teaching you spirituality, what's right, what's wrong. If the person don't speak according to this book, they can't be trusted. Period. If your word don't line up with the book, you can't be trusted. This has to be the way that we judge the world when it comes to righteousness. I don't care what you need. Somebody gonna teach you how to fix a car. You know what I'm saying? It's like that's different. You know what I'm saying? I don't care nothing about. You know what I'm saying? You need to line up with whatever fixing the car needs you to line up with. You know what I'm talking about? Teach you politics. Okay, that's great. You line up with U.S. law or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But if somebody trying to teach you right and wrong, spirituality, you know what I'm saying, everlasting life, what happens next after I die? Any of that type of conversation? How did the world start? Any of those type of conversation? If they don't speak according to this word, that got that. It's a waste of time. Right? Where we leave off last week?
Matthew 5. Yeah, Matthew 5.
Matthew 5, right? We was on the good old Sermon on the Mount. Right? We was on the Sermon on the Mount. That was part 1. This is a 3-part series. That was Sermon on the Mount part 1. This is Sermon on the Mount part 2. Let's grab Matthew chapter 6 verse 1. Matthew chapter 6 verse 1. Sermon on the Mount part 2.
Take heed that you do not your alms before men to be seen of them. Otherwise, you
what's alms?
Like good deeds or gifts or.
Yeah, usually talking about alms, just talking about like, you know what I'm saying, you passing somebody, got their hand out looking for, you know what I'm saying, some money, like, yo, help me out, he poor or whatever, homeless. You know what I'm saying? Alms would be like, oh, okay, yeah, now I'll drop you a couple bucks. You know what I'm saying? I'll give you something right there. He said, take heed, make sure you don't do your alms what?
Before men to be seen of them.
Right? He said, don't be waiting and like, oh, everybody look. You know what I'm saying? Look, I'm donating.
Like Drake in that music.
Yeah, you remember God's Plan? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Make a whole video about, oh yeah, look, I'm donating. Here you go. Look how good I am. Right? Why wouldn't we do that, Yahushua? It's Yahushua talking right now. I'm trying to teach you.
Otherwise you have no reward of your Father which is in heaven.
You understand? So it's like, that's how the Most High God, you have to understand how his mind works, right? The Most High God looking at it like, okay, well, you did it for the people. Right? You did it so people will look at you and be like, look at Drake, or look at me, or look at whatever. It's like, oh, that's why you did it. Okay, well, you got that. Right? He look at it like, it ain't nothing left for me to do for you then. So if that's the reason why you did it, you got that. You got your reward. There's no other reward. However, the one that do it secretly. Right? Keep going, watch this.
Therefore, when you do your alms, do not sound a trumpet before you, as the hypocrites do in the synagogues and in the streets.
Right? See, he looking like don't do this thing like the hypocrites. They sound a horn before, like, it's time. It's time for me to give to the needy. Look how much I have this time. And just letting everybody know, right? They want it to be a spectacle. Which is, okay, for sure. That's your reward. You got it. That was you. Everybody seen, everybody clap, everybody praise you. That's it. That's what you got. Right? Keep going. Watch this.
That they may have glory of men. Verily I say unto you, they have their reward. Mm-hmm. But when you do alms, let not your left hand know what your right hand doeth.
All right? So he said, don't even let your left hand know what your right hand doing. Right? In other words, that's a way of saying, make sure you do it secretly, right? Don't be trying to, you know what I'm saying, show everybody. Just do it. Just do it secretly. Do it behind the scenes. Don't let everybody know what you're doing. All right? Keep going.
That your alms may be seen, that your alms may be in secret, and your Father which sees in secret himself shall reward you openly. Mm-hmm. And when you pray, you shall not be as the hypocrites are, for they love to pray standing in the synagogues and in the corners of the streets, that they may be seen of men. Verily I say unto you that they have their reward. But you, when you pray, enter into your closet when you have shut your door. Pray to your Father which is in secret, and your Father which sees in secret shall reward you openly. But when you pray, use not vain repetitions as the heathens do, for they think that they shall be heard for their much speaking. Be not ye therefore like them, for your Father knows what things you have need of before you ask him.
Right? So you got people like that now, right? Do these long prayers. I mean, sitting there, long prayers. Some people in Christians and churches do these long darn prayers. You look at it and they think in their mind, oh, you know what? I'll appear more righteous because I got my prayers longer. Right? Not saying ain't nothing wrong with a long prayer now. You know what I'm saying? We got some long prayers in the book. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with a long prayer. But you just have to look at, why am I doing this long prayer? Right? Am I really saying something, or am I just running my darn mouth? Right? Am I just praying in vain? Book said you gotta watch out for that stuff. He said, or praying in repetition. Yeah, that's the other thing he mentioned. Right? That's what Tasha old church, that's what they used to do. He used to hit the beads. Then every time they hit a bead, you know what I'm saying, they just say the same thing. What is it? How you say it?
The Hail Mary
How you say it?
and the Our Father.
How you say it?
I don't know.
Right? You pop that thing up and you just keep on repeating. Yeah, you gonna repeat and keep going. You know what I'm talking about? They call it the Hail Mary. That ain't the same thing as the Our Father that's in heaven.
We say there's certain bead.
Oh, each
sizes.
bead got his own thing.
Yeah, there's like 5 Hail Marys, and then there's a bigger bead, and that's the Our Father. And 5 Hail Marys, the bigger bead is Our Father.
That's so weird.
Look at that. You Hail Mary all the time. Book ain't never said nothing about it. The Our Father. That's in there. We about to read that right now. That's in the book, right? That's cool. That's a big bead. Ooh. But 5 times before you get to that, 5 times you gotta say something that ain't got nothing to do with the book. Why you hailing Mary? Why you bowing down to Mary? Man looked at Mary and said, you know what I'm saying? He looked at Mary. He was like, look, the people who obey my book is my mother and my brother and my sister. He didn't bow down to Mary. He didn't tell nobody to bow down to Mary.
That ain't weird. And all the white folks saying that, you know what I'm saying? They talking about a black woman.
Break their darn hearts.
It's a trip, but they live in New York.
Break their darn. I think break their heart in so many places when they find out.
You know you worshiping a black woman.
They be
Right?
like, how?
A black lady.
This number, y'all played a trick on us too. You know what I'm saying? You know, break their darn heart. Right? But you look at it, that's what these people do. Right? Muslims do it too. They got their repetitious spirit. Right? He said, don't do that thing like the hypocrites. You know what I'm saying? When you say something, make sure it got meaning. Everything with the Most High God thing got to have substance. You know what I'm saying? Got to be meaning. Make sure you know what you're saying, know why you're saying it. You know what I'm saying? You saying it because you want to say it, not because it was just, you know, that's what you're supposed to say. You know what I'm saying? All this prayer, you know what I'm saying? Even when we talk about prayer, man, you pray what you feel, man. That's the one time, just pray how you feel. We got to be disciplined in everything we do. When we talking to Most High God, the man know what you feel. Tell him, man, I'm mad right now. I'm hurt right now. I don't want to do it. It thing make me mad. I feel wrong. And I know I'm not. I know I wasn't wrong. I know you right, but still, it feels. Can I talk to you about how I feel? Right? Just unload on the man. He can respect that. Yeah, he don't respect all this fake stuff, meaningless stuff. I know I feel a certain way. I know I'm thinking a certain way. I know as soon as I get done praying, I'm about to start doing whatever I want to do. But I'm going to pretend in this prayer, Our Father who art in heaven. That don't make no sense. Tell a man how you feel. Let's see, keep going.
After this manner, therefore, you shall pray.
Right, you're going to tell us how to pray. He said, if you're going to pray, it's the manner that you pray. Watch this.
Our Father, which art in heaven.
Right? So, first thing you see he do, he acknowledges who the Most High God is. Right? Then, next thing he do, watch this.
Hallowed be thy name.
Then he praised the man. Right? He said, your name is hallowed, it's holy. Right? Set apart your name is what he's saying. Right? Watch this.
Your kingdom come.
Right? And more praise. Right? I'm telling you what I know. I already know your kingdom going to come. I already know what?
Your will be done.
I already know your will going to be done. Where?
In earth.
Uh-huh.
As it is in heaven.
He said the same way it's done in heaven, that's how it's going to be done here. Now he's talking about the promises of the Most High God. Most High God already prophesied all this stuff. So now what you acknowledge. So first I acknowledge who you are. Right? After that I praise you. Then after that I'm going to let you know I know your book. Right? I know your word. right? This is what's going to happen. You already told me it's going to happen. So I'm speaking it back to you in fact. I want you to know I know your word. Watch this.
Give us this day our daily bread. And forgive us of our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For yours is the kingdom and power and the glory forever. Amen.
And that's the end, right? Oh, we got grab Daniel chapter 9. Watch this. We'll come right back there. I just want to read. I just want y'all to read the prayers. Some other prayers. I just can't think of them right off the top of my head. I think Nehemiah had a good one too. It's Daniel chapter 9. And just watch the order of the prayers. Right? Yahweh was telling us to pray like that, but he didn't just come up with that in that moment. Right? When we look at that, the Our Father, like the Catholics, they take it and they just start repeating exactly what he said. Right? That's not what he told you to do. He didn't say repeat. He just told you don't do repetition prayer. Right? The man said, pray in this manner. Right? He's trying to tell you, this is how you structure your prayer. This is how you pray. Right? Watch this. Verse 1 ain't what I want. It probably ain't, right?
The first year of Darius, the son of Ahasuerus.
Give me 3.
And I set my face unto the Lord God to seek by prayer and supplications with fasting and sackcloth and ashes. And I prayed unto the Lord my God and made my confession and said, O Lord, the great and dreadful God, keeping the covenant and mercy to them that love him and to them that keep his commandments, we have sinned.
So what did he do? Acknowledge him, the great and merciful God, praise him, and then he show I know your word. This is what you do. You keep your covenants and to the people that where he get that from?
The law.
That's our law. He quoting the book to him. Watch it. Keep going.
We have sinned and have committed iniquity and have done wickedly and have rebelled, even by departing from the precepts and from your judgments.
What Yahushua said, forgive us our sins, just as we forgive others. Same thing. Now he confessing. Right? Keep going. Watch this.
Neither have we hearkened unto your servants, the prophets, which spake in your name to our kings, our princes, and our fathers, and to all the people of the land. O Lord, righteousness belongs unto thee, but unto us confusion of faces as at this day. To the men of Judah and to the inhabitants of Jerusalem and unto all Israel that are near and that are far off, through all the countries where you have driven them because of their trespass that they have trespassed against you.
This is all confession right now. He laying out, he just being very specific because he about to make a request. So he laying out all the confession that line up with the request he about to make. It's long. Watch it.
O Lord, to us belongs... O Lord, to us belongs confusion of face to our kings, to our princes, and our fathers because we have sinned against you. The Lord our God belongs mercies and forgiveness, though we have rebelled against him. To the Lord our God belongs mercies and forgiveness, though we have rebelled against him. Neither have we obeyed the voice of the Lord our God to walk in his laws, which he set before us by his servants the prophets. Yea, all Israel have transgressed thy law, even by departing that they might not obey thy voice. Therefore the curse is poured upon us. And the oath that is written in the law of Moses, the servant of God, because we have sinned against him. And he has confirmed his words which he spake against us and against our judges that judged us by bringing upon us a great evil. For under the whole heaven has not been done as has been done upon Jerusalem. As it is written in the law of Moses, all this evil is come upon us. Yet made we not our prayer before the Lord our God, that we might turn from our iniquities and understand your truth. Therefore has the Lord watched upon the evil and brought it upon us. For the Lord our God is righteous in all his works which he does, for we obeyed not his voice. And now, O Lord our God, that has brought your...
He still ain't got to his request yet. Right now, he just laying all the facts out. We suck, God. Right? We've been making a darn mess. You did just like what your words say, and you've been right about it the whole time, and now we in a darn mess. We in quite a pickle. Right? This is what's been happening to us, and this happened to us, and this happened to us. And I get it, because we sinned. This is what your words say. Right? He quoting the book to him, and he confessing the sins of him and his people. Keep going, watch this. And
now, O Lord our God, that has brought your people forth out of the land of Egypt with a mighty hand, and has gotten thee renowned as at this day.
See, that's still letting them know I know the word. I know our history. Right? It's important. All right, keep going.
We have sinned and have done wickedly.
Mm-hmm.
O Lord, according to all thy righteousness, I beg you,
That is the ask.
let thine anger and thy fury be turned away from the city of Jerusalem,
Mm-hmm.
thy holy mountain, because for our sins and for the iniquities of our fathers, Jerusalem and thy people are become a reproach to all that are round about us.
Mm-hmm.
Now therefore, O our God, hear the prayer of thy servant and his supplications, and cause thy face to shine upon thy sanctuary,
Mm-hmm.
that is desolate for the Lord's sake.
Right? So you see, he made this whole prayer. Before he got to what he was asking for, he laid out all the confession. He let the Most High God know, I know your word. Right? I know how it play out. I know that you righteous. And then he made his ask. Right? Hey, just stop. Give us a break, please. All right? That's the manner in which Yahushua is telling us to pray. He's not telling us to repeat word for word what he just said. He said, pray in this manner, right? This is the order. This is the way that you pray. We fit in our specific requests into it. He said, but at the end of the day, you ask for forgiveness from the Most High God. And you know to do that, you got to forgive. He going to tell us we didn't finish it. Watch it. Catch up where we leave off. You should say amen.
Verse 14.
This verse is Matthew chapter 6, verse 14.
For if you forgive men their trespasses, your heavenly Father will also forgive you.
Mm-hmm.
But if you forgive not men then their trespasses, neither will your Father forgive your trespasses.
Right? So that's why he told us to include that into the prayer. Because he's like, you just might want to remind yourself, it don't make no sense asking God to forgive you if you ain't forgiving somebody else. We're going to talk about that a little bit in the next chapter. Right? Watch this. Keep going.
Moreover, when you fast, be not as the hypocrites of a sad countenance, for they disfigure their faces, that they may appear unto men to fast.
Right? He said these people, when they fasting, they let you know it's happening. I mean, it's sitting there, oh, my God. I'm just so, I'm in the middle of a fast right now. No, a fast to the Lord. Oh, and disfigure their whole face. You know what I'm saying? Watch what he say do, though.
That they may appear unto men to fast. Verily I say unto you, they have their reward.
Mm-hmm.
But you, when you fast, anoint your head and wash your face,
Man, put on some darn oil and wash your darn face,
that
boy.
you appear not unto men to fast. But
Yeah,
unto
do
your
the same
Father.
thing you would do any other day. You want to appear on the people as if you're not fasting. These people, what you trying to show these people you fasting for? You do that, you got your darn reward. Let's see, keep going.
But unto your Father which is in secret, and your Father which sees in secret shall reward you openly.
Mm-hmm.
Lay not up for yourselves treasures upon earth, where moth and rust does corrupt,
Mm-hmm.
and where thieves break through and steal.
Mm-hmm.
But lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust does corrupt,
Mm-hmm.
and where thieves do not break through nor steal.
Why, Yahushua?
For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also.
Right? As soon as you get to accumulating the treasure, as soon as you do that, where your treasure is, that's where your heart is. So guess what's going to happen when somebody try to take your treasure? Your butt going to compromise. Because that's where your heart is. That's what you love. You're going to always compromise for what you love. Right? As soon as you get to building up that treasure, ain't going to be somebody going to come and get it. Right? Then you got to make a few decisions like, ooh, no. Now I got to lie, cheat, steal. Keep my treasure. Keep what I worked so hard for. Right? Keep going.
The light of the body is the eye. If therefore your eye be single, your whole body shall be full of light.
He said, therefore your eye be single, your whole body. So when he say single, think of it like pure. You know what I'm saying? Like single in that sense, it's like pure. You know what I'm saying? So he said, when your eye be pure,
your whole body shall be full of light.
mm-hmm.
But if your eye be evil, your whole body shall be full of darkness.
Mm-hmm.
If therefore the light that is in thee be darkness, how great is that darkness?
Mm-hmm.
No man can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other.
That's how master. That's how money work. That's how your treasure work. Right? He said nobody's gonna serve two masters. All right, you gonna have it, and you gonna hate the other one. All right, keep going.
And love the other, or else, for either he will hate the one and love the other, or else he will hold to the one and despise the other.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot serve God and mammon.
It just can't happen. It just don't work, right? Grab Psalm, I think Psalm 62 for me. Psalm chapter 62, verse 1.
Truly my soul waits upon God. From him comes my salvation. He only is my rock and my salvation. He is my defense. I shall not be greatly moved. How long will you imagine mischief against a man? You shall be slain, all of you. As a bowing wall shall you be, and as a tottering fence.
Look how violent Psalms is.
Violent.
You know what I'm saying?
Violent.
Whole thing you look at Psalms, that's how violent it is. It's like, boy, the Most High God gonna light your butt up. You know what I'm saying? What's wrong with you? You people be looking at Psalms like, oh, it's so beautiful. Psalms is violent, boy. You're talking about the Most High God gonna slay your darn butt. You keep messing with me.
Me and Dennis just talking about that recently. I'm like, man.
Yeah,
this
but
is man.
yeah, you know they Christian when they be reading this stuff, they just be reading that thing with blind eyes. They don't even be that thing don't be hitting. You know the book don't be hitting them. Cause it be obvious stuff right there, and it's like they ain't even happen. You know what I'm saying? That thing crazy. You ain't gotta touch you. You gotta be able to look at this book. It should be able to affect you. You know what I'm saying? You supposed to be getting like, oh, hold on. What did I just read? Sometimes right now I ain't even reading the book. I'm just listening to it. I'm usually listening when I'm driving in my car. But sometimes that thing hit me. I'm like, ooh, let me rewind that thing back again. Like, what did he just say?
Yeah.
Like, goodness gracious.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I appreciate the Most High God. I hear that thing. I picture it, though. I'm telling you. I kid you not. I'm there. You know what I'm saying? Like, in my mind, I'm there. Like, I'm in the midst of it. You know what I'm saying? I be looking at it like, that thing be making sense. I be like, woo! Can you imagine how would you feel God was talking to you like that? Like, when God be talking to folks, I be like, woo! That thing had to hurt your heart. God is rough. He ain't no lambs, and he don't just be like, oh, well, let me explain it to you in a way. No, God, get your butt up. God, look at you. You are but a dead man. You know what I'm talking about? Like, God, what you mean? And the innocent me of my own heart, I did that. You know what I'm saying? You be looking at God. They don't play that. They don't play no game. I think God hurt your heart. Be like, oh, what? What I do? You know what I'm saying? You get that feeling. Anybody who got whooping, you get whooping. You know, yeah, anybody who got whooping, you know what I'm saying? I know you got whooping. I know you got whooping. You know what I'm saying? You get that feeling like, you know what I'm saying? You do something bad, and to this day you feel like, you know what I'm saying? Feel like I'm about to get a whooping feeling. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, these people that, you know what I'm saying, God spoke to them directly, you know they had that. You know what that feeling had to be like? Oh, goodness, that's what I be thinking. I'm like, ooh, goodness, you done messed up now.
Yeah, it's like, and then think about it, it's like, if he don't speak to you in this time, you're going to speak to him one day.
Oh, yeah, you're going to speak to him, man.
That's going
to be a different feeling. Be a different feeling unless you can walk up to him, you know what I'm saying? And that's what we trying to do, right? We got to be able to walk up to him confidently. You know what I'm saying? Watch this, keep going.
And God is my salvation and my glory, the rock of my... They only consult to cast him down from his excellency. They delight in lies. They bless with their mouth, but they curse inwardly. My soul waits upon...
Darn liars. Watch
my
this.
soul waits thou only upon God, for my expectation is from him. He only is my rock and my salvation. He is my defense. I shall not be moved.
Right? So this is the person we talking about. You got to have that confidence, right? This is what's being described right now. This is how you have that confidence, right? Like, I will not be moved. I'm only relying on the Most High God. Watch this.
And God is my salvation and my glory, the rock of my strength, and my refuge is in God. Trust in him at all times. Ye people, pour out your heart before him. God is a refuge for us.
Watch this.
Surely men of low degree.
Watch this.
Are vanity.
Uh-huh.
And men of high degree are a lie.
Uh-huh. Watch
To
this.
be laid in the balance. They are altogether lighter than vanity.
Look at that. So if I put you on a balance, right, on a weight, right, with vanity. Vanity is what?
Empty.
Empty, nothingness, right? If I put you up against nothingness on a, you know what I'm saying, on a, what's it called?
Scale.
On a scale. You know what I'm saying? I put nothingness on this side of the scale, and I put this on the other side of the scale. What the book say?
They are altogether lighter than vanity.
Nothing is gonna be way more than you. Right? You have to understand, this is what he's trying to be. I'm trying to paint this picture for you. Nothing. If I put nothing on this side, that thing way more than you. Like, you less than nothing. That's what he's trying to tell these people that act like this, man. Man, I'm not wasting my time with how things appear. He's trying to let you know, man, I put all my trust in the Most High God. Watch this. Watch what he say next.
Trust not in oppression.
He said, don't trust in oppression. What does he mean by that?
What oppression people?
Why do you think people oppress people?
To get better, get over them.
They think they protecting themselves. They think that they putting themselves in an insulated place. I'm gonna make you do bad because that's gonna help me do better, and that's one less person I gotta compete with.
Yep.
Right? If you oppress, I can control you, which is gonna continue to get me more wealth. The man is trying to tell you, do not trust in oppression. What's next?
And become not vain in robbery.
Uh-huh.
If riches increase, set not your heart upon them.
He said, if your riches increase, don't set your heart upon them. He didn't say, don't let your riches increase. He said, if they do, one way or another, don't set your heart on that stuff. Right? It's important. And that's just a good principle, period. Like, away from like, oh, I'm trying to make it into the kingdom and all that. Away from that, even if you just don't believe that, it's just a good principle. Just don't make a bunch of decisions over money. Right? It's only a trap. All it does is make you, it removes principle, right? Money is like, the value of money always changes. Right? What money is worth always changes, constantly changing. What this can get you constantly change. Okay, once I get this amount of money, guess what? Like all of us, most of us, we can think, me personally, I just talk about myself. What I make now, if you would have asked me 5 years ago, right? I would have told you, just give me, you know what I'm saying, almost half of what I make now and I'll be good. You know what I'm saying? But if you asked me that last year, I'd be like, man, I just need, you know what I'm saying? Then just get me to like 80,000. You know what I'm saying? When I was in high school, I'm like, man, you just give me like a cool, like, I don't know, 40,000, we'd be all right. You know what I'm saying? I get close to that 40,000. Like, no, I probably need like 60. You know what I'm saying? Get close to that, okay, I need that. Okay. And it's just gonna keep going, because that's all you do. You look at it, it's like, well, oh, I'm here now. Well, things could get a little better. It's all right. Things are good. Things could get a little better, though. It would be nice if I just got a little bit more. Okay, it would be nice if I just got a little bit more. And you constant. We compete. We look at it now like, I'm talking about this little 60, 80, you know what I'm saying, $1,000. These white folks out here, easy, 120. And that's low end. That's just like, ooh, okay, ooh. They feel like, when they making that, I just got in the game. That's how they feel like, oh, woo. I just laced up my shoes. You know what I'm saying? That's low end. They starting out. You below that. You know what I'm saying? Like the white folks that below that, they just like, oh, you somebody's nephew or something. You know what I'm saying? You ain't even really playing. You like, you know what I'm saying? You living off your trust fund. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got something else. Surely your job ain't paying for what you need. You got something else on the side. You know what I'm talking about? But for the white folks, the real white folks, 120, that's like bottom of the barrel for them. You know what I'm saying? That's the bottom of the thing. You know what I'm saying? So then they enter it up. So we compete with them. Like, man, I do way more work with them. You know what I'm saying? What you talking about? And I make this, they make that. Give me that too. So what happened? I get there, then I'm gonna see the next white folk. Well, the outside of white folk, they doing 105th. Okay, get that. Okay, ooh, they doing 200,000. So it constantly changes. And if you start making decisions on something that constantly changes, guess where that's gonna land you? With nothing. Because there's no principle in it. You're not gonna feel fulfilled. Because each time you look back and you like, I don't know why I made that decision. You're gonna regret every decision without, a lot of people like to live with no regrets now and run their mouth talking about they ain't got no regret. But you regret every decision because it's like, dang, I made that decision for this amount of money, but really I should have asked for more. Because now that you got that amount of money, it's like, nah, it's not enough. So each time it's like the decision always feels wrong. You never feel fulfilled. Right? Meanwhile, you make decisions based off of principle. Right? It's the right thing to do. This is what I need at this moment. Right? This is what it may turn out to be the same money decision, but the reasons why you made the decision is different. And that's what sets you up. And that's the Most High God is telling you. Don't put your heart in the darn riches. You get the riches, just don't put your heart. Watch it. Say it again.
Trust not in oppression, and become not vain in robbery.
Mm-hmm.
If riches increase, set not your heart upon them.
Don't put your heart on it. Don't put your wife. Go back to y'all. No, before we go to y'all, she'll grab Proverbs for me real quick. I think Proverbs 11. Even Proverbs 11 verse 1. Watch this. Then we're gonna go back to Yahushua. It's Proverbs 11:1.
A false balance is abomination to the Lord,
Mhm.
but a just weight is his delight.
You said a false balance. It's important for us to know exactly what it's talking about. So when you say a false balance, remember our people. Yeah, when our people, you know what I'm saying, we didn't have like we didn't necessarily have like a unit of currency like a dollar. You know what I'm saying? Like a dollar is printed all of them the same and it's good. But if you take the dollar, right, a false balance will be equivalent to a counterfeit dollar. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying? It's not exactly the same, but it's a similar idea as a counterfeit dollar.
It's
You
like,
know what I'm saying? It's like I have a fake dollar that I'm giving you. Because what we would do is we would say like a shekel. You know what I'm saying? So you have a shekel, and a shekel is a unit of weight. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, I have a coin that's worth 3 shekels, right? So I have a coin that weighs 3 shekels. That's worth 3 shekels. Okay, cool. So then instead of me bringing out gold shekels, right, individual shekels, I might just put 3 shekels together and get another gold piece that weighs 3 shekels of gold. So I had this one unit of currency, right? So then you tell me that you want to charge 3 shekels for your cow, right? So I say, okay, cool. So what are we going to do? I'm going to give you this coin that's worth 3 shekels, right? But it's one, right? So you looking at it like, well, no. I need 3 shekels of gold, right? And let's not say shekels. Let's say 3 pounds of gold, right? Let's say I want 3 pounds of gold. That's what you want. I got this big old coin that's worth 3 pounds of gold. This is 3 pounds of gold right here. So I put it and I weigh it out and it's 3 pounds of gold. You know what 1 pound of gold look like, but you don't know what 3 pounds of gold look like. So if you just accept my 3 pound gold coin, then that's a risk for you. So what we would do, we'd be like, well, are you sure that's 3 shekels? Okay, well, let's measure it up. I got 1 shekel. I got 2 shekels. So we'll put it on the balance. And this 3 shekels should equal this 3 shekels. And they should be perfectly level. Right? But if I get it and my 3 shekels is over here, that means, oh, well, actually, I gave you 4 shekels. My bad. Let me take some of that back. Right? And if I get it the other way, that's unjust. Right? If I tell you this 3 shekels and it turned out it's only 2. You know what I'm saying? Your 3 shekels weigh more than this. They supposed to be the same.
it was stories. Sometimes they're like fix their balances to where, you know, they get more money out of people and swindle them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so they'll make the balance to where, you know what I'm saying, like they'll put something on the side and then it'll make it seem like they even, but really it ain't.
Yeah.
Because they tighten it up a little bit, you know what I'm saying, make it, you know what I'm saying, where the friction ain't there so it don't slide over the way it's supposed to. Be like, yeah, no, 3 shekels right there. Most like God said, no, that's unjust. That thing's unjust.
Like you robbed.
So what you would do is, what you would do, you know what I'm saying, all right, that's your shit, that's your balance, you know, here go mine. Put it on my scale now. Right, you'll make sure that thing level
Think
out.
of it like loaded dice. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you people be cheating.
Dice are loaded.
You people be cheating. All right, keep going. Watch this. He said that's an abomination to him.
But a just weight is his delight.
Mm-hmm.
When pride comes, then comes shame.
Mm-hmm.
But with the lowly is wisdom.
Mm-hmm.
The integrity of the upright shall guide them.
Mm-hmm.
But the perverseness of transgressors shall destroy them.
Watch this.
Riches profit not in the day of wrath.
He said, when it comes to the day of wrath, what your riches gonna do? The man on his way to $1 trillion, they say. I don't believe him all the way, but they said it, right? They said the man on his way to $1 trillion. When he get there, if he get there, what's it gonna do for him? In the day of wrath. When the Most High God strip everything away and he look at him, what it gonna do for him? Not a thing. Right? Watch it. Keep going.
Riches profit not in the day of wrath, but righteousness delivers from death.
But if you righteous, guess what? Most High God look at you and be like, all right, you good. Right? So that's why the Most High God is telling you, don't put your heart in that stuff. Don't make decisions based off of that stuff. You get you an opportunity to get, you know, a raise or double the pay that you make right now, but you got to lie and cheat to get there? Right? No, you don't want to do that. It's like, man, I'm really, you know what I'm saying? Like, we really ain't doing good, but I got to lie and cheat on this application or on this, you know what I'm saying, on this form, you know what I'm saying, just to get me in this better situation.
Taxes.
Yeah, on the tab, like tab, oh, you know, I got to put a little extra on there, you know what I'm saying? Put a little of that on it. You know what I'm saying? Tell a man, you know, just put a little bit of that on it. You know what I'm talking about? They put it on there. It's like, well, I got the bag. I got, you know what I'm saying? I got what I needed. Right? What that gonna do for you in the day of wrath? Because what would have saved you in the day of wrath was to not do that. Right? To not do that, Most High God would look to you and be like, you kept my word. Oh, you good. So now you got a little bit of money now. It's the same theme that you see that what he talking about the whole time. Like, okay, you got your reward. Right? You want to give alms in front of people. You want to pray repetition in front of people. You want to do all this stuff. You want to fast and make sure everybody know you bet. You got yours. You got your reward. You don't get nothing from me. That's how God looking at this. Same thing. Okay, you got your riches. Have fun. I'm lighting your butt up. I'm going to get it. Right? Watch this. Keep going.
The righteous of the perfect shall direct his way.
Mm-hmm.
The righteousness of the perfect shall direct his way. But the
Grab, let's go back. This is Matthew, where we leave off? 6 what? Should be about 6.
6:11.
In Matthew chapter
6:24.
In Matthew chapter 6, verse 24. Matthew chapter 6, verse 24.
No man can serve two masters. Either he will hate the one and love the other, or else he will hold on to the one and despise the other. You cannot serve God and mammon.
Can't do it.
Therefore I say unto you, take no thought for your life, what you shall eat or what you shall drink, nor yet for your body, what you shall put on.
All right, the same principle. Don't put your heart in these decisions, right? When you make these decisions, man, make them based off of principle. And the principle's got to be built off of the word of the Most High God. Anything else, that thing going to get you into a trap. All right, keep going.
Is not the life more than meat, and the body than raiment?
Right, and when he say take no thought, what is he saying? Is he literally saying don't think about it?
Don't trip out about it.
He's saying don't trip out about it, right? When you look at it, the Greek word there is like you kind of get like anxiety from it, right? Don't be anxious because of these things. You know what I'm saying? Don't be sitting there freaking out like, oh, what am I gonna do? Because all that does, that opens up an opportunity to be tempted.
Yeah.
Right? Remember, this whole Sermon on the Mount is about what?
Control.
Self-control, trying to get you as far away from sin as possible. Right? Last week we looked at it. He said, okay, well, you heard this, I'm going to take it even further. Because he's trying to get you, look, sin is right here. Don't stand right next to that. Like, you good right here. You can make it into the kingdom standing right next to sin. Because you never did sin. You didn't cross that line. But don't do that. Stand way over here. Let me show you. This is how you be perfect. You stand way over here, you never even have a problem. That's what he's doing with all these things. Don't be tempted into doing stuff just because it's honored by people. Because then you compromise. Right? If everybody just clapping because I'm giving alms in front of people, like, oh, that's great, that's really nice, then why am I doing it? Because everybody clapping. So what happens when they clap for me doing something wrong? Right? If that's my driver, if that's what I want, you can be tempted. He's trying to let you know, like, nah, if you do it just because I told you to do it, nobody have to know about it, you will do it without nobody knowing. Oh, that's perfect, right? You closer to perfect if you do that. You can't be tempted. Who gonna tempt you? Nobody even knows. Right? You don't care. They clapping for it right now. You don't care about none of that. All you care about is what I tell you to do. Right? Keep going. Watch this.
Behold the fowls of the air, for they sow not, neither do they reap, nor gather into barns. Yet your heavenly Father feeds them. Are you not much better than they? Which of you by taking thought can add 1 cubit to his stature?
Right? He said, which one of you, and when he say take the thought again, it's about being anxious, right? So which one of you by worrying and freaking out and doing all this stuff, you can make yourself, just a little bit taller. You know what I'm saying? Like, in other words, how can you better yourself? What can you do that will better you, that will put you in a better position by sitting there tripping out and losing your darn mind? Right? We just have to be focused, right? We just have to be focused on all the right things. Right? Keep going.
And why take ye thought for raiment? Consider the lilies of the field and how they grow. They toil not, neither do they spin. And yet I say unto you that even Solomon in all his glory was not arrayed like one of these. Wherefore if God so clothed the grass of the field, which today is and tomorrow is cast into the oven, Shall he not much more clothe you, O ye of little faith? Therefore take no thought, saying, what shall we eat, or what shall we drink, or wherewithal shall we be clothed? For after all these things do the Gentiles seek. For your heavenly Father knows that you have need of all these things. But seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. Take therefore no thought for the morrow shall take thought for the things of itself. Sufficient unto the day is the evil thereof.
Right? What does that mean, that last part? Sufficient unto the day is the evil thereof.
We only deal with the bad stuff that happened today.
Whew, it's enough. He said, look, it's enough happening right now.
Right.
You ain't got no reason to be thinking about what's about to happen. Let me tell you something. It's enough you got to deal with right now. For you to be, you focus on all this stuff and freaking out and worried about all the stuff that might happen. That's crazy. He's sitting there telling you, listen, trust me. You got to navigate through some tough stuff today. You ain't realize it. Like, you got to be able to maneuver and get past some stuff right now. And you all the way 2 months from now, what might happen? Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, the book, he's just laying it out like, listen, trust me. That's how you set yourself up to be tempted. He's trying to put us as far away from sin as possible. And the man know what he's talking about. Every time I read this thing, I'll be like, man, I think this. The man know what he's talking about. It just makes sense. The man's like, okay, trust me, I got this. It's tough, it's hard, I get it. We don't get the glory, we don't feel good, we might feel like we depressed. That's cool, all that. Trust me, it's enough to worry about today, trying to focus on tomorrow. Right? Keep going, watch this. This is 7, right?
Yep.
It's chapter 7. Matthew chapter 7, verse 1. What the book says?
Judge not that ye not be judged.
Oh, that's it. That's where the Christian stopped right there. That's the whole book. That's the whole book. Whole book. You know what I'm talking about? They said, you know, Yahushua said, everything can be summed up in these 2 laws. That's them. You know what I'm saying? You can sum the whole book up. They're not.
You got people that don't even believe.
Let you be judged.
Use that stuff.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
Let you be judged. You have to, what's the most popular Bible verse? Some people might tell you John 3:16. They don't know the number. They can't tell you where it's at. But everybody know there's one little half a verse. Judge not, lest you be judged. That's the book. Right? What's the book say? Let's see what it's saying. He said, judge not lest ye be judged. Is that what he said?
Somebody asked me, like, don't your book tell you not to judge people? I was like, let's take it out of context.
Yeah.
I was like, well, me personally, I wouldn't judge.
Talking about that the other day.
Right. I was like, I wouldn't judge you because you don't got nothing to do with what my book says. So, you know,
Yeah, tell me not to judge your book.
Yeah, I don't have no time wasting talking to you about any of this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see what it say.
Judge not that ye be not judged.
Mhm.
For with what judgment ye judge, ye shall be judged, and with what measure you meet, it shall be measured to you again.
That just finishing off that verse adds a lot more context. And then we're not done yet. I'm just saying, just finishing off that one verse is a judge not unless your butt gonna end up judged. Right? And then it go, did he say because after that?
For with what judgment you judge.
For with what? That's saying because. The man telling me, I just said that for this reason, right? What I just said is for this reason. So the reason why he just told that is because the way that you judge is, guess what? That's how you gonna be judged. And the way that you measure it out, that's how you gonna get measured out. We've seen this in the book. What's an example? When did we see this?
They talking about the
Purim.
Purim? What happened with Purim?
With Esther and when Haman wanted to give it to all the Hebrews.
Mm-hmm.
It backfired.
And the way that he wanted it to happen, guess what? Happened against other people that way. Happened against him that way. What's another example of it?
Was it in Daniel? You know what I'm saying? They try to feed them to the lions. They got visible.
Oh yeah.
All right. Remember they tried to, Daniel was praying. They remember Daniel, ooh, what is that? We ain't got to get it. It's chapter 6 though, ain't it? Daniel 6. I want to say Daniel 6 at the very beginning of it. They looked at Daniel and like, man, we can't get him on nothing. Ain't that what the book said? It said, man, we can't get him on nothing. You know what I'm saying? You know what we gonna do? The only way we can get him in the matter of his law. Ain't that what they said? They said, in the matter, that's good and great people. That's how we gotta have it, though. We gotta be able to have it. The only thing you got against me is I'm righteous to my God. That's it. That's the only thing you can hold against me. You know how protected it. Do you know how protected we are if we in that position? That's just like, oh, okay, no, oh, I got this. That should give us all confidence. Oh, that's all you got. Oh, I'm obeying the Most High. Oh, I can't wait till this thing play out. Go ahead and take me to court. I can't wait till this thing play out. It don't matter. Somehow, some way, this thing gonna work out in my favor then. Right? That's all you got. Daniel, they're looking at Daniel. It's like, yeah, boy. Okay, yeah, we gonna get him. Make a decree that nobody can pray. Remember that? He said nobody can pray. Make a decree. Daniel wiped it. He walked right in the darn house. Window wide open too. You know what I'm saying? Walked in his house. They watching him too. He in the sanctity of his own home. Minding his own darn business. They spying on his butt looking through his window. He is like, you know what I'm saying? He rolled up, he did his prayer. They like, got your butt. But threw him in there to them lions. And what they wanted to happen to him ended up happening to him. They ended up being ate by the lions, right? When Daniel survives his time with the lions, the king was like, okay, now put them in there for setting them up. Right? That's exactly. Let's see one more. What else we got?
Furnace, right?
The furnace? Yeah, that's a similar situation.
Similar, right?
Yeah. One more. I thought you were going to get the one I'm thinking of. What about David?
Yeah.
Right? Remember Nathan came to David and gave him a parable? That's one. That's my favorite. You know, that's my favorite one.
Yeah.
All right?
That's more fitting.
Because he said, well, all of them fit though. All these, that's what they is. But when David, he asked him, he had to give out his judgment because he is the king. So you remember,
that was like a you should have known better. You know?
Yeah,
like
but
David knew more than everybody else that did.
That's right. Right? So David asked him, Nathan, I think.
His name was
Oh,
Nathan.
yeah.
It
was Nathan the prophet. It was,
Okay,
So
yeah,
Nathan, Nathan,
Okay.
Nathan, what was the parable? I don't want to have to get it.
You lamb.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, because it was the lamb, it was the sheep. You know what I'm saying? Or, yeah, the lamb. He was like, man, what if a man had a rich man, what did he say? A rich man had a whole bunch of lambs. Something like that, right?
He said there was this poor man that took care of his ewe lamb, and he grew up with him, and he loved the ewe lamb. Like it was his own member of the family.
Mm-hmm.
And the rich man had a feast, took the poor man's ewe lamb, and ate it.
And he said the rich man he could have got a whole bunch of lamb. But he didn't want to use his own.
Yeah.
He said, but he ate the poor man's lamb. And the poor man looked at his lamb like that was his dog. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's my lamb. Yeah. David, and you know David's background.
Keeper of the sheep.
He was keeping the sheep. So that turned David in a special place. David was like, he almost knocked something over. David was like, that man should die. Oh, we gotta get it. That's good. Let's get it real quick.
Yeah.
Grab I think I wrote it down here. No, I don't think so. Grab
Samuel, something.
17. Grab 2 Samuel chapter 17. I don't remember 2 Samuel well enough. I get it. It's too confused.
No, it's not 17.
You sure?
Yeah, because 15 say Absalom was getting that David.
Yeah,
So
that's
it would
Well,
be
if that's
12,
15.
12.
Okay. 12 is it for sure?
Yeah.
Okay. What verse I want?
So I guess you gotta start at the beginning.
Yeah, I just want. It's the beginning. I just want Nathan.
Yeah.
We ain't gotta read like everything. I just want.
starts at 1, but let's see. Yeah, it starts at 1.
You gonna start at 1?
Yep.
That ain't too much.
No, it starts like hits right into it.
right.
All right. This is what is it?
2 Samuel 12.
It's 2 Samuel chapter 12 verse 1.
And the Lord sent Nathan unto David, and he came to him and said to him, there was 2 men in one city, the
Okay.
one rich and the other poor.
Mm-hmm.
The rich man had exceedingly many flocks and herds, but the poor man had nothing except one little ewe lamb,
Mm-hmm.
which he had bought and nourished up, and it grew up together with him and with his children.
Mm-hmm.
And it did eat of his own meat and drank of his own cup, and lay in his bosom. and was unto him as a daughter. And there came a traveler unto the rich man, and he spared to take of his own flock and of his own herd, to dress for the wayfaring man that was come unto him, but took the poor man's lamb and dressed it for the man that was come to him. And David's anger was greatly kindled against the man, and he said to Nathan, as the Lord lives, the man that has done this thing shall surely die.
Right? He about to put the man to death for taking the man's lamb.
And he shall restore the lamb fourfold because he did this thing and because he had no pity. And Nathan said to David, you are that man.
Right? So Nathan said, oh, that's you. Right? That's how the Most High God look at it. He said the way that you judge, that's how that thing gonna get played out on you. That's why he said judge not lest you be judged. He not literally telling you don't judge anything. Don't judge anyone. Right? He said judge not that way, because that's the way that you gonna be judged. Right? It's like the way that you judge, that's how you gonna end up being judged. Right? And when you look at it, at first, it's like you just cut it off and judge not lest you be judged. You can get that silly impression like, oh, no, you're not supposed to judge people. People are not supposed to judge. You finish it out and be like, because the way that you do judge, that's the way it's going to be measured back to you.
And Paul cleared it up saying, you that judge, do you do the same things, right? So make sure that you living right if you're going to judge the situation.
Right, and that takes us to the next part. Watch this. Let's go back to Matthew chapter 7. Matthew chapter 7, probably left out verse 1, verse 2.
For with what judgment you meet, with what judgment you judge, you shall be judged, and with what measure you meet, it shall be measured to you again.
And why did it say measure you meet? It's saying whatever measure you think is appropriate, right? Whatever measure that you like, okay, that's the right measure, then that's the same way that the Most High God gonna look at you. So when you look at things the way, you know, we read a couple weeks ago, where it's like everyone should have this same judgment according to 1 Corinthians, I think 1 Corinthians somewhere. Everyone had the same judgment.
Yeah, Messiah is not divided.
So we look at it, and if we all have the same judgment and look at it the way God look at it, we ain't got nothing to worry about. Right? Most of God is telling them when you judge something, make sure it's judged right. Because otherwise, whatever you deem appropriate, that's how it's going to be judged back. If it's wrong, I think if you judge the way God judge it, guess what? It's right. Keep going. Watch this. That's why we talk about we don't go further than what the word said. That don't make no sense for me to get talking about my personal. This is what I feel. I mean, I personally feel this, that, and the other. I don't think God like that. Okay, well, God don't like that. That don't make no sense. Well, I'm gonna tell you what the book say, and then I'm gonna tell you this what I personally feel. Me, but I can't do nothing to your soul, and ain't got no interest in doing nothing to your soul. This is what the book say. This is me. Ain't that how Paul laid it out? When Paul was talking, what was that, 1 Corinthians 7? Man was laying it out here like, okay, now this is God.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Okay, no, now this is me, not God.
He said, now I, not the Lord, would prefer.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm there, I want to be very clear. When it's me talking, it's me. When it's God, it's okay to give each other advice. It's okay to, you know what I'm saying, get each other, it's okay to run your household however you want to run your household that's within the Most High God. Who you at, the sons of, goodness gracious, my memory ain't got it. The sons of, is it Kenna?
The ones that didn't drink alcohol?
Yeah.
That was the Kenites, or maybe
Kenites.
it was the
No, it's the
descendants
Kenites.
of Heth?
I think it was the Kenites.
Okay.
The Kenites came from,
The ones from Hebron?
they're from when the people was in Hebron. Kenites come from Jethro though. You know what I'm saying? From Moses' people. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, the Kenites, you know what I'm saying? If I'm not mistaken, I'll go back and check. If I'm not mistaken, it's the Kenites. So, but you know what I'm saying? They was like, you know what I'm saying? Their father was like, you know what I'm saying? No, you know what I'm saying? We don't drink wine.
Yeah, we don't drink wine.
You know what I'm saying? We don't drink no wine at all. And that's just how they did it. And they kept it. And the Most High God, I can't remember where it is, but the Most High,
I think.
if you can find the ball game.
I don't know. I think it's
I have no idea where it is. I think Jeremiah do sound right and feel right.
I think it's Jeremiah.
In fact, I believe, I think it is Jeremiah. But I couldn't tell you what.
Probably around the 30s.
Yeah, I'm thinking 30s. Let's do Jeremiah 38. feel like 38 is something else though, but let's just see. See if we get lucky. Jeremiah.
Nah, it's 35.
35? That was gonna be my next one.
It's the Rechabites.
Rechabites. I think they connect to the Kenites too though.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think the Rechabites started, I think they started in Kings. And then the Kenites, I don't know, I can't remember.
Yeah, it's the Rechabites.
Rechabites?
Jeremiah 35.
It's Jeremiah chapter 35 verse, what verse? This is why you can't go beyond the book. Watch it. Watch how he handled it.
Verse 1.
This Jeremiah, this is verse 1. It's Jeremiah 35:1.
The word which came unto Jeremiah from the Lord in the days of Jehoiakim the son of Josiah king of Judah, saying, Go into the house of the Rechabites, and speak unto them, and bring them into the house of the Lord, into one of the chambers, and give them wine to drink.
Mm-hmm.
Then I took Jazaniah, the son of Jeremiah, the son of Habazaniah, and his brothers, and all his sons, and the whole house of the Rechabites,
Mm-hmm.
and I brought them into the house of the Lord, into the chamber of the son of Hanan, the son of Igdaliah, a man of God, which was by the chamber of the princes, which was above the chamber of Messiah, the son of Shallum, keeper of the door.
Mm-hmm.
And I set before the sons of the house of the Rechabites pots full of wine and cups, and I said unto them, Drink wine.
Look at this.
But they said, We will drink no wine, for Jonadab, the son of Rechab, our father, commanded us, saying, You shall drink no wine, neither ye nor your sons forever.
Right? He said forever. Y'all don't mess with wine. Forever. Watch this.
Neither shall you build a house, nor sow seed, nor plant vineyard, nor have any, but all your days you shall dwell in tents, that you may live many days in the land where you be strangers.
Mm-hmm.
Thus have we obeyed the voice of Jonadab, the son of Rechab, our father, in all that he has charged us, to drink no wine all our days, we, our wives, our sons, nor our daughters.
So now, is there any commandment that we have that we must drink wine?
No, that we can't. No, there's no commandment saying that we can't drink wine.
There's no commandment saying that we can't drink wine. Is there any commandment saying that we have to drink wine?
No.
So by him telling his kids they can't drink wine, he's not breaking the commandment. Right? There's nothing in the law that he causing his people to sin, right? And even though the book don't say that you can't drink it, like he telling his people he can't, right? He's not telling them, if you don't do this, you breaking God's law. Or if you do this, then according to God's law, you should be stoned. He's just saying, you don't do it. Like, we don't do it. That's just something we don't do. Right? Watch this.
Nor to build houses for us to dwell in, neither have we vineyard, nor field, nor seed. But we have dwelt in tents, and have obeyed and done according to all that Jonadab our father commanded us.
Mm-hmm.
But it came to pass, when Nebuchadnezzar king of Babylon came up into the land, that we said, Come and let us go to Jerusalem, for fear of any of the Chaldeans, and fear of the army of the Syrians, so we dwell at Jerusalem. Then came the word of the Lord unto
So you get what
Jeremiah.
they're saying. They don't drink wine, nor build vineyards, and they don't even build their own houses, so they just dwell in tents, right? They like, what they call nomads? They're like nomads, right? They just, you know what I'm saying, they kind of float around, stay in little territories to keep it pushing, right? So when Nebuchadnezzar came, they got out of Dodge. You know what I'm saying? They look like, oh, okay, he mean business. So they're like, all right, let's move. They took their bus to Jerusalem. Watch this.
Thus says the Lord of hosts.
And they good with us. 'Cause remember, you know what I'm saying, it ain't here, but they go all the way back to Moses. And before that, right? They're like all the way back to Moses is where they connected, right? But they got their claim with us with Joshua. But they connected with Moses. That's why they was even there with us in the first place. Right? Keep going.
Go and tell the men of Judah and the inhabitants of Jerusalem, will you not receive instruction to hearken to my word, says the Lord? The words of Jonadab, the son of Rechab, that he commanded his sons not to drink wine, are performed. For unto this day they drink none, but obey their father's commandment.
Mm-hmm.
Notwithstanding, I have spoken unto you rising early and speaking, but you hearken not unto me.
Mm-hmm.
I have sent also to you my servants, the prophets, rising up early and sending them, saying, Return now, every man from his evil way, and amend your doings.
Mm-hmm.
And go not after the other gods to serve them, and you shall dwell in the land which I have given you
Mm-hmm.
to you and your fathers, but you have not inclined your ear nor hearkened to me.
Mm-hmm.
Because the sons of Jonadab of Rechab have performed the commandments of their
Watch
fathers,
this.
which he commanded them, But this people has not hearkened unto me.
Mhm.
Therefore thus says the Lord, the God of hosts, the
Watch
God of
this.
Israel. Behold, I will bring upon Judah and upon all the inhabitants of Jerusalem all the evil that I pronounced against them,
Mhm.
because I have spoken unto them, but they have not heard.
Mhm.
And I have called unto them, but they have not answered.
Mhm.
And Jeremiah said unto the house of the Rechabites, thus says the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, because you have obeyed the commandment of Jonadab your father,
Uh-huh.
and kept all his precepts,
What would he say to him?
and done according to all that you have commanded you. Therefore, thus says the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, Jonadab the son of Rechab shall not want a man to stand before me forever.
He said, forever there's going to be somebody that stand before him. And then guess where they going to come from? They will come from that same family. And he told it, people, don't drink wine. So it's okay to run your household however you want to run your household. Just don't put that stuff on God. Ain't no law that say you can't drink no darn wine. If you want to drink some wine, you can drink a little bit of wine, just don't get drunk. Ain't no law. I can't sit here, I got wine in my cabinet right now. I can't sit here and look at somebody and be like, oh, you ain't supposed to have wine. That's a sin. Book don't say that's no darn sin. Book say get it. But just because I'm afraid, like, it could come from a good place. You have to understand that. I know that it's very possible that you drink too much wine and you get drunk, and then that's a sin. So me personally, I don't drink wine at all for that reason. Like, what's the point for me? Right? But let's say this other person, right? They enjoy wine.
I like the taste.
Good stuff. Let's say, you know what I'm saying, they have headaches sometimes, drink a little wine, the headache go away. Right? Whatever their reason is, don't even matter, really. You know what I'm saying? But for whatever reason, they like to drink a little bit of wine. So because it makes me uncomfortable, because it's like, for me, it don't make sense. Right? For me, it's like, well, you drink wine. Since it's not in the book, just because it don't make sense to me, ain't none of my darn business. Right? I can give that person advice. I can say, hey, oh, you live, or you want to stay with me? In my house, we don't drink wine. I can do all that. That's good. What I can't do is tell you going to hell, or God sees you less favorably because you drink wine. That's not in the book. I ain't got no book to support it. You gotta have book. You just can't go further in the book. Because as soon as you go further in the book, it's gonna be measured onto you the same way you measure it on them. Right? Most High God gonna look through your darn history, and he gonna look at it like, oh, you sure had a lot to say about this, and I ain't had nothing to say about it. But what about what you did? Oh, okay, now I'm gonna measure it on you the same way. You stick to the book, you ain't got them problems. God judge you off your marriage, judge you based off of what the book say, and that got that. And if you stick to the book, you ain't got nothing to worry about there. Right? Let's finish it out. Let's see. We got a lot of this chapter to finish out.
For everyone that asks receives, and he that seeks finds, and to him that knocks it shall be open. Wait,
Where we at?
where am I?
It should be like verse 6, 7, 8.
We on Matthew, right?
Yeah, Matthew chapter 7, verse should be somewhere near the top.
We're on 3.
Verse 3, okay. Oh yeah, we ain't even talked about the
Yeah.
we ain't even talked about the molten eye. Bless you. How's she still here? Didn't you say she had to go do something?
Oh,
Enough service for what? Okay,
Down to her car.
this is Matthew chapter 7, verse 3.
and why behold thou the mote that is in your brother's eye, but consider not the beam that is in your own eye?
Right? He said you got a little speck in your brother's eye, and you trying to look at that, but you missing the big old log in your own darn eye. Watch this.
Or how will you say to your brother, let me pull out the mote of your eye, and behold, a beam is in your own?
Right? We already said, if you're not obeying the Most High God, then you're not going to understand the book. Right? So how can I help you understand? When he's talking about the mold, that's he's been figurative for understanding the book and obeying the book. right? So it's like, I see a flaw in my brother, right? Like, no, you're not supposed to be doing that. You're supposed to do it this way. You know what I'm saying? God like it when we do it this way. But I'm not obeying it either, right? So he's trying to say, if you know, or maybe you don't know, but we know that you're supposed to obey God and then you understand the book. So that means that you trying to help somebody and you don't even fully understand the book. And if you don't understand the book, guess what? You don't see straight. So that means you got a log in your eye. Now, if that takes us back to the previous chapter, you remember he was saying, if your eye is single, right, then you have light in you. But if you have an evil eye, then you don't. So it goes back to the same thing. Your eye is blocked. It's blocked when you're not obeying. You don't see clearly. Stuff don't appear right to you. So he said it don't make no sense in that state. Once you know that's your state, you may feel like you have 20/20 vision. Right? But he trying to let you know, if you know that you're not right, it don't make no sense to be trying to help nobody out because you don't see clearly your own self. Then get yourself clean first. Once you clean yourself up, then you can go and help your brother out with your mote. At the mote in his eye. Right? That's why we look at him like, man, you can't be jumping out there trying to teach too fast. That thing just don't make no sense. It doesn't make sense. You got people out here, they learn a little, just learn a little bit. They just open up the book, just get I get that part. They jump out there and be a whole darn pastor after that. Immediately.
That's crazy.
You just can't do it and make a mess. The Most High God will make a darn mess. You gotta get it right. You gotta first line up according to what the book say, obey what the book say. Okay, cool. Now that gives you opportunity to understand the book and know the book. So then you understand the book, know the book. Ain't no time frames, right? I'm not telling you it's gonna take you this long to do this and this long. Who knows? It could take a week, it could take 6 years. You know what I'm saying? Who knows? It could take 20 years. Who darn knows? We look at the book, it took some of these folks a long time. How long was Moses away?
40 years.
How long was Paul away? I think altogether he is away like 17 years or something like that. I ain't got that number so clear. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? Altogether, I think he is away like 17 years, something crazy, 14 years or something. Right? There's a lot of these folks, it took a while. Right? Remember, Joshua was under Moses that whole time. Yahushua ain't get started till he was what?
33.
30.
30, yeah.
Right? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Christians say 33. They like to place him dying at 33. You know what I'm saying? I believe it was probably 30, 31. You know what I'm saying? Because when I look at the book, I don't see 3 years. You know what I'm saying? Like when you go through it chronologically, I just don't see 3 years worth of ministry. The man said he started his ministry at 30, or about 30 is what the book said. And then I see Passover, it mentions another feast, and then another Passover.
And then he died.
Then he died. You know what I'm saying? So unless there's a whole lot of stuff missing, which is possible, you know what I'm saying? It's possible. But it ain't nothing that suggests to me that was 3 years worth of events. You know what I'm saying? I don't see 3 Passovers. I don't see 3 of any feast.
Crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? I'm 30. I don't feel nowhere near as
That boy.
mature.
That boy is a monster. But if you look at it, you know what I'm saying? Not comparing them to him, but they ain't got nothing on. But you look at it, Malcolm X, you know what I'm saying? Martin Luther King, all them boys were young boys. Boy, they're young boys when they got going. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know what I'm saying? You look at it, you know they putting something in the water. You know what I'm saying? You know they putting something. She was out there shooting from the hip. Boy, that boy's like, what you mean? And the man teaching at the end of this, they gonna look at him like, man, that boy, you know we were reading before this, like he teaching with authority. This is what, like they didn't go into detail this is what he is doing. Like what we read now, this is what he is laying out. You see, you gotta see, this is different from like just, okay, well this, like what I'm doing. I'm saying, oh, this is what Yahushua was saying. Like, okay, that's cool. We can accept that when people say, okay, this is what God's saying. He's not saying this is what God's saying. He's just saying this is what it is. He's telling you, stop, nah, you want to give alms, stop doing it. Stop doing it in front of people. So, you know, people looking like, okay, hold on, what you want?
Also, it's like nothing really in the law explaining stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he just shooting from the hip. That's how I look to people.
Yeah.
For people, it's just like, where you pulling that from?
It's like, well, Moses didn't say that. What
Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? Where you, how you plug that in? But they don't understand. It's like, well, no, he has the authority to do that. They don't know that, though. They don't know. They not realizing that, oh, Moses said that the prophet that comes. You know what I'm saying? Like, they not putting that together yet. Some of them are. You know what I'm saying? But that's the authority that the Most High God gave him that. Whatever he say gonna be required. You do realize that. You know what I'm saying? That's what you're dealing with that prophet. That ain't a prophet, that's that prophet. You talking about that one. The one Moses was talking about. All right, let's see. Keep going. Let's see if we can get through that.
First cast out the beam out of your own eye, and then you shall see clearly to cast out the mote out of your brother's eye.
Mm-hmm.
Give not that which is holy unto the dogs, neither cast your pearls before swine, lest they trample them under your feet and turn again and rent you.
All right, that's why we ease off all this, trying to, you know what I'm saying, convince people
Like
on Facebook and
Dante
going
talking
back.
about white Christians all the time.
Yeah, man, it's like I get it. Like that thing is good for exercise. You know what I'm saying? You getting something out of it, that makes sense. It's good for like exercising. That's like what you do when you still learning. You know what I'm saying? You still learning the word. It's like, okay, let me see what this, because we don't have teachers. That's unfortunately we gotta resort to that type of stuff. Because you don't have no like back in the day, you wouldn't need to deal with all that. Because it's just like, oh no, man, I'm about to go to Gamaliel. You know what I'm saying? Sit down on this feet and learn this book. You know what I'm saying? You got people that well experienced in the word and all this stuff. Now all the teachers are darn hypocrites. All these people don't know what they darn talking about. They darn sinner, don't know the book, teaching darn wrong. You know what I'm saying? So it's a big old argument. Everybody going different directions. This, that, and another. So that's almost how you have to do it. Not have to. That's almost what people do to exercise their knowledge, to kind of test their own knowledge. You know what I'm saying? But you do that to a certain extent. You know what I'm saying? At some point, it's like, okay, hold on. Let me just relax. Once you know that you got the book right, once you looking at it, it's like, okay, I know what the book says. I trust that the book is saying it, not somebody trying to teach me that's what it say. Like I'm familiar enough with the book. I know what the book say. Ain't no sense of going out here arguing with folks trying to prove it, and then you just doing what the man just told you don't do, right? You don't need to lay all this. This good stuff you laying out in front of these pigs. You know what I'm saying? They can trample all over it, make a fool out of you. No, you let these people believe what they want to believe. When they ready to believe something different, they know who to look for. It's either gonna be you or another man of God, right? They know. Trust me. Most High God gonna get them where. Listen, they could be in the middle of a darn desert. Most High God gonna pop somebody up out there. If Most High God want them to know, I got that. Keep going. Watch this.
Asking it shall be given you, seeking you shall find, knocking it shall be opened unto you. For everyone that asks receives, and he that seeks finds, and to him that knocks it shall be opened.
Mm-hmm.
Or what man is there of you whom, if his son asks bread, will give him a stone? Or if he asks a fish, will give him a serpent?
Mm-hmm.
If you then, being evil, know how to give good gifts unto your children, how much more shall your Father which in heaven give good things to you, to them that ask him?
All you doing is just saying something that makes sense, right? All you doing is laying out logic for it. He's like, man, all you gotta do is ask. You'll receive it, right? You seek, you'll find. That thing be opened up to you. You know what happened? A lot of people seeking, they ain't really seeking, right? Or they seek and stuff get opened up to them, and guess what? They don't go through the door, right? They seeking like, oh, but that's it. Ain't that what happened? You gotta tell you, man. I've been looking. You talk to people before they come to Bible study or something. You talk to people, man. I've just been looking. I've just been waiting, man. Just for like, you know what I'm saying? Somebody to like, you know what I'm saying? Like make it make sense. It's that another. They hear that word. You gotta stop doing this. Or you gotta stop doing this and this and that. Like, yeah, I'm just not ready yet. Ain't that what they do? They were seeking. They found it too. Door got open for them too. They ain't going through it. Nah, that's too much. You know what I'm saying? I ain't about to walk through that door. So that's what happened. The man ain't gonna be no liar. He gonna tell you later on. Watch it. Keep going. Cause he just told you everybody who seek what?
Shall find.
Uh-huh. And what up?
And to him that knocks it shall be opened.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, all things whatsoever you would that men should do to you,
Uh-huh.
do ye even so to them.
Because this is what?
For this is the law and the prophets.
Hey, got that. Right? That's the whole thing. You gotta understand, you looking at this man and he talking all this stuff and he say that, you looking like, okay, hold on. You trying to tell me if I just treat people the way I want to be treated, that's what all the law and the prophets are trying to tell me? You just sum it up to that. They be looking like this man, like, goodness gracious, who does he think he is? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a difficult thing. You look at him like, who in the world do this guy think he is?
There's people that have seen him grow up.
Yeah. Like, man, we just walked down here with you. What you mean? You was on that road and we was on that I just got done. I sent a letter to your mom yesterday. Keep going, watch it.
Enter ye in at the straight gate. For
Uh-huh.
wide is the gate and broad is the way that leads to destruction.
Uh-huh.
Many there be that go in.
Many there is that go in.
Because straight is the gate and narrow is the way that leads to life. And few there be that find it.
Only few find that. All right, keep going.
Beware of false prophets which come to you in sheep's clothing.
Uh-huh.
But inwardly they are ravening wolves.
All right.
You shall know them by their fruits.
He said the only way you know them. You know them by what they produce. All right, keep going.
Do men gather grapes of thorns or figs of thistles?
Mhm.
Or figs of thistles? Even so, every good tree brings forth good fruit, but a corrupt tree brings forth evil fruit.
He just, listen, the only thing he's saying right now is stop being stupid. Like, stop. What we tend to do, or what people tend to do, is like they look for this, like, this 1 in a million situation. Like, well, not everybody, I mean, just because. No, if the man cussing in his video, just look, let me help you out. I know it sound good. It sound like he make a lot of sense. When his butt start cussing, don't mess with it. I know everything that you've heard from him teaching, but he didn't cuss in the video where he was teaching the word. He cussed when I was talking to him on the side. Let me help you out. Turn off the video. Move. If you hear me darn cuss, turn off the video. Right? And go. Don't make no darn shit. The man is telling you, if we know the people are producing sin, and the Most High God let you know it, right? If he let you know that the person producing sin, that is Most High God telling you, keep moving. That's it. Keep moving.
You better go somewhere to nowhere, some they say that way.
Hey, I mean, the stuff I be seeing online, well, I know how to, this the one to get under my darn skin. I know how to, what do you say? What they say?
Chew the meat, spit out
Yeah, there we go. I know how to chew the meat and spit out the darn. I mean, you stupid. Like, the man that's in there telling you ain't never seen. The man said, go read it for me one more time. This is what the man said. They talking about chewing meat and chewing and spitting out the bone. That means I'm taking it all in. I choose what should be there and shouldn't be there and spit out what's not worthy or what's not right. Right? That's what they're describing. That's what chewing the meat and spitting out the bones is. Watch what the man described.
Beware of false prophets which come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ravening wolves.
Mm-hmm.
You shall know them by their fruits.
Mhm.
Men gather grapes of thorns or figs of thistles.
Uh-huh.
Even so, every good tree brings forth good fruit, but
Mhm.
a corrupt tree brings forth evil fruit.
Mm-hmm.
A good tree cannot bring forth evil fruit.
So if I'm chewing the meat and spitting out the bone, it shouldn't be no bone to spit out. A good tree cannot produce evil fruit, period. Why you gotta spit out anything? Whole thing should just be good. That got that. When he talking about corrupt fruit, he talking about sin. If you got somebody that who's producing sin, trying to teach, and the Most High God let you see it, move on. Keep moving.
Boundaries, man. Like, you know what? Just stay away from
Yeah, don't make no sense. You got a relationship with the man or the woman, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully the woman ain't teaching, but if you a woman, learn from a woman, you got a relationship, talk to her. I'd be like, nah, I know you're sinning, and this is the reason why I'm about to step away. You gotta repent. Right? I ain't saying don't give nobody no chances. I ain't saying none of that. I'm just saying if you know a person that producing sin, you got book here. Like what? Why would you even play? Like what's the point? The man sitting there, why would I even joke around about it? Don't make no sense. Gotta move on. Most High God, that's a, you know what I mean? People hide sin. That's a blessing. Most High God let you see it.
Yeah.
You know he doing it for a reason. That just Most High God just like, you just spitting in my face now. You just spitting in my face now. I'm telling you what's going on. You just spitting in my face now. Right? Keep going.
Every tree that brings not forth good fruit is hewn down and cast into the fire. Wherefore by their fruits you shall know them.
Mm-hmm.
Not everyone that says unto me, Lord, Lord, shall enter into the kingdom of heaven.
Look what he say right after talking about their fruits.
But he that does the will of my Father which is in heaven.
Mm-hmm.
Many will say unto me in that day, Lord, Lord, have we not prophesied in
Have we
thy
not
name?
prophesied in their name?
And in thy name
Y'all remember we talked about
cast out
Balaam, didn't we? Right? Balaam prophesied in his name, didn't he? Balaam got rejected right after that because he sinned. He set up the people with the Most High God. Right? That ain't gonna get you in. Saying I prophesied, saying I did a little miracle. You think the magician that Moses was talking to, they gonna get in because they could copy some of the miracles? Or try to copy some of the miracles? No, most like I ain't think about that stuff, doing a little magic. That might well be darn magic if you did a miracle or something. Even if it was in my name, might well be darn magic if you ain't gonna obey. The man tell you the
rebellion.
Yeah, what is it?
Rebellion is witchcraft.
It's just like darn witchcraft.
Samuel.
You might as well. Might as well be darn magic. Keep going.
And in my name, and in thy name have cast out devils, and in thy name done many wonderful works. And then I will profess unto them, I never knew you. Depart from me, ye that work iniquity.
Ye that don't obey. Right? Keep going.
Therefore, whosoever hears these sayings of mine and does them, I will liken him to a wise man that built his house on the rock. And the rain descended, and the
You see how that is? We talked about principles. Right? You make decisions based off of what the man is teaching. That's like building on a rock. You can't do nothing with it. I mean, you could try to move stuff and shake it, and you can blow off pieces. I mean, like, if you build, when you talk about build, okay, finish off thing, and then he'll explain most of it.
And beat upon that house, and it fell not, for it was found upon a rock. And everyone that hears these sayings of mine and does them not shall be like a foolish man which built his house upon sand. And when the rain descended, and the floods came, and the winds blew, and beat upon the house, it fell, and great was the fall of it. And it came to pass, when Yahshua ended these sayings, the people were astonished at his doctrine.
Look at that. They're astonished that they're looking at it like, what in the world? Yeah, look, that's what he mean by astonished. They're looking like, what in the world? And watch what they say next.
For he taught as as one having authority, and not as the scribes.
This man act like he wrote the darn book. That's like, they like, this man act like he was the darn. When you say authority, it's like an author. He's like, that man act like he darn wrote it. What in the world is he talking about? Some of them saying what in the world, I'm like, ooh, I believe it. Some of them saying what in the world, like, I don't know about this guy. Right? Because he ain't like the scribe, and they experts, but he ain't teaching it like the expert do. He ain't doing it the way everybody do it. It's a very divisive guy. It's a very, you know what I'm saying? It's a very, like, challenging thing for people to kind of look at. Right? But if you look at that in peace, when he was talking about building on a rock versus sand, right? You might have a house that's built on a rock, right? And when you say built on a rock, it's like, that's something that's deep into the ground is what it's talking about. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to move like sand. It's deep into the ground. So you build on top of that and you attach yourself to that. No matter what happened, you can have a hard wind that hit. And shoot, it might bust a window. You know what I'm saying? Like one of your windows might blow out. You know what I'm saying? Like some of your roof might come off. Yeah, you got to do some repairs. It's not saying that nothing going to happen. Stuff is going to happen, that's fine. But your whole house don't fall. The framing of your house don't fall apart. Right? All your house is still there. You make your easy repairs, this, that, another, you good. The other one, you build it on sand, man, that thing gone as soon as something happens. That's it. Like the whole thing gone. The structure is gone. You have to start from scratch. And that's what a lot of us learn. We build ourselves in Christianity, Islam, and all this stuff. We got to start ourselves from darn scratch. We be like, man, goodness gracious, everything I knew false. Us, like, let's say we found, like, and this happened, like, over time, like, well, we try to base our thing based off what the words say, and let's say we get this little thing wrong, or this thing wrong, or this, maybe even this big thing wrong. We ain't starting from scratch. Like, we look at it and be like, oh, I see where it went wrong. We supposed to make a left here, and we made it, okay, I see what happened. Right? We correct, we keep it moving. Okay, we made an assumption there. We ain't no business making that assumption. That was our own stuff. Okay, correct that, boom, keep it moving. That's just fixing the darn window. That's just, okay, let me put this, what they call it, the shingle or whatever, you know, on top of it, let me put that thing back on the roof. You know, that's easy, man. Okay, we fixed that, cool, keep it pushing. House still intact, though. The framing of the house still intact. That's how we have to be, and that's what he's telling us to be. Right? Man got done teaching that, people look at him like, man, listen, I don't know who you think you are, man. This challenging, though. Right? Because it's tough. The stuff he just got done talking about, especially for our people back then, they looking at this like, that's a hard saying. You know what I'm saying? It's a hard saying, man. I can't wait till we get further in. Cause he got some other stuff. He be hitting them over the head with some stuff. People be looking at him like, man, look, and he do it on purpose too. He just, you know what I'm saying? He do it on purpose. Because he's trying to provoke people. He's trying to, you know what I'm saying, how you gonna handle this? I'm gonna put it to you just like that. How you gonna handle it? You gonna go left or right? All right? But that's a Sermon on the Mount. How you like it? Sermon on the Mount. Would you give it a 1, 2, 3, or a 10?
You sleep all the time. I don't know.
That's the right answer.
You want to
Any questions? All right, well, let's pray out.